Hey, speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's get started. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone is up and at 'em on their way to work or wherever they are supposed to be. Hopefully, you're making it there safely. As well as I hope you got your coffee or whatever you're waking up is in the morning. But anywho, as you can see here on the thumbnail, we will be doing the recap and review of Belle Collective season 3, episode 2, which they named it Falling Off a Cliff. And it definitely was given falling off a cliff, if I must say myself. But we're going to go ahead and deep dive into it. Now, before we do so, you might be driving, but just if you could just tap that little button real quick and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not a part of the family. Come on and join the family. Nothing weird over here. I try to have nothing but good vibes and respect. So go ahead and join the family. Also turn on the notification bell so you will never miss out on another video. Now, as you're riding and cruising, just listen and let's get into it real quick. So, of course, the episode kind of start off where they left off from last week, where we seen Latrice and Cliff, how they had their ordeal in the parking lot, where I felt that he was so disrespectful. But we see on this scene here where they walk back into the club. We see where Latrice joined her friend Mandy back at the table, and Cliff kind of go and stand to the side, and basically he is just like eyeballing them, even to the point that Latrice said that she feel like she is a kid at a school dance that is being chaperoned by her parents. You right, you got it. Yeah, it's giving that to me as well. Um, Latrice said that he is always popping up and making a scene. Girl, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. So Mandy tells her that he will always pop up until she put her foot down. She's letting her know until you put your foot down and let him know that you're not having it, he's gonna continue to do it. And I agree. But I think at this point, it's probably have went on for so long that he probably wouldn't take that too well, because in his mind he'll be like, okay, well, what's going on, because now she all of a sudden have so much to say. But we gonna get a little more into it in just a moment. Now, Latrice said that pretty much her father was the same way with her mother. He was very aggressive, and she said just like her mother, she tends to take a lot because they are big on marriage. And it's nothing wrong with being having being big on marriage. I mean, I think we all at some point in our life, as a young girl or a young man, we dreamed of the white picket fence and everything, but not all the time it actually go that way. And a lot of times we kind of mimic what we have seen. Either you're going to do exactly what you saw, or you're going to do the total opposite. And in this case, pretty much she is mimicking what she saw. And that was her mother taking things from her father. So now I'm assuming, in my opinion, she feels this is what she's supposed to do as a wife. Hold it down regardless of how he may be treating me. Now, she said that Latrice Latrice stated that Cliff is Josh walks in. I'm sorry. Josh walk in and join them, and pretty much he looking around, and he trying to figure out what's going on, and she lets him know that, oh, he not recording. So really she's letting us know, oh, he ain't supposed to be here. But again, he popped up. So she said, oh yeah, and I got to tell you, my husband is on your ASS, saying that you've been banned from our house. And at this point, I would be like, okay, and who's scared of your husband other than you? And okay, I'm banned from the house, and what? But because she said that like that was a big flex, like, okay, who bothered? And Josh said, well, why are you whispering? And she let him know because he's standing over there eavesdropping, which of course, because what else would he be in there for? Josh said that, Latrice used to be fun and now she can't even go nowhere without him. Josh also said that Cliff went from standing up to sitting in a section with a man that he don't even know, just talking and making small talk so he can get a little closer, so he could eavesdrop on their conversation. And Mandy said it's like she feels as though Cliff want to make sure she stay at a certain level, which is beneath him. And it's so cringy to me because literally you come there, you cause a scene, you not a bit shame that you did this. You come inside and you stare at her and you watch what they were actually doing, as if these were children and not grown people. And then you go and you make small talk with some random man just so you can scooch over a little closer to hear what she had to say. Like, do you not have no trust in your wife at all? Like, do you not trust your wife at all to go and have a couple of drinks with her friends and not to think sideways? That is just so weird to me that he is, acting this way. But anyways, we're gonna get a little bit more into them because of course there is another scene that I kind of want to elaborate a little bit more on Cliff. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next to the actual next scene, and we see where Gucci and JJ is sitting outside. They kind of getting together their little hors d'oeuvres that they're gonna be eating outside, and then we see where D and Star join them. Now they have grown, D and Star have grown really, really close. We do know that, kind of coming up, and in the previous episodes we heard where, in the beginning they wasn't too fond of each other, and it was like a lot of, clashing with them. D even made a statement and said that, when they were growing up, she felt like she was being bullied in her own home. She said she felt like it was like a 3-on-1 because, of course, we know JJ has three daughters, two twins, and then they have an older daughter. Now, JJ said that, he was kind of feeling some kind of way because he found out about Star's pregnancy as well as her marriage via social media. So he wanted to kind of pull her to the side to let her know, okay, I, wasn't expecting that. So he feels as though that Selena has a lot to do with that. He was like, she probably was there. She probably pushed it up because Selena is jealous of So Gucci. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of messy, but okay. JJ said that he expected for, Star's husband to come and ask, for his daughter's hand in marriage, but that didn't go that way. But he said one good thing did come up out of this, and that's the fact that Star is having a little boy, which is something that he has always wanted. Star lets him know that, pretty much, Daddy, sometimes you can be a little hard to talk to. So, this is what he wanted to do. So this is the step that they took. So it is what it is. So then we see where So Gucci and D are sitting down while JJ and Star are talking to the side, and pretty much Gucci kind of mentions to D, she excited about the baby shower, but at the same time she kind of apprehensive about it because it has been a lot of tension with her and the girls because Selena tried to make it seems as though, you know, So Gucci had always had something to say about her, keep, she just said pretty much in a nutshell, Selena is messy, and say she keep up a lot of mess. So then we go on to see where it is game day for GSU, and Tambra is hosting it. We did see where So Gucci and D, kind of joined Tambra there at the tailgate. It looks like they were really, really fun. I know Jackson State homecoming is very, very popular, which is all, pretty much all HBCUs have really nice homecomings. But anyways, Gucci says, oh, let me go see who is this Quasi person, because basically D is like, Quasi is always around, so they wanted to see who Quasi was. And then D also mentioned Demond didn't come. Girl, Demond ain't come because Demond ain't really, yeah. Demond ain't no factor because I don't think that them people really have a real relationship, in my opinion. And if they do, it's very, very odd. But anyways, that's pretty much what was that with that. So then we go on to see where JJ go and visit Cliff, and bring him some deer meat. He says that, pretty much that's the least he could do, being that Cliff allows him to go deer hunting on his property. Um, then JJ kind of goes in to tell Cliff, how Gucci is feeling, about Latrice signing with someone else about the building. And she, he pretty much says that so Gucci feels betrayed by Latrice. JJ said it's, in his confessional that it's always confusion when it comes with Latrice. Say Latrice and got into it with everybody. Say there's always something when it come to her. And then we see where Glenn then arrives, but then, Cliff did decide to take up for his wife and said that he don't think that Latrice did Gucci wrong. He feels as though it's business. And when you're dealing with business, you got to take the friendship out of it. And he then goes on to say that Gucci wasn't so Gucci on that deal. So he said what he said. Then they go on to talk about Glenn and Letitia, and pretty much he says that, they still in a bad place, and he just really needing to know what's going on with them because he don't want to be led on. Sir, you ain't telling the whole story. You leaving out the fact that after she did give you another chance and move back with you, you decided that you wanted to play Instagram games. You wanted to be, a little flirt on Instagram, and here we are now. So don't get amnesia, now trying to figure out where your marriage going and what happened when you know very well what happened. Glenn is just like, I don't know, but some men are that way because when women have taken so much from them, and then when women get the backbone to stand up for themselves and stand up for themselves and love themselves, and just make it okay. I'm not putting up with this no more. The men don't know how to take it. That confuses them to no end because they don't know how to take it because you've always been that person that they could just walk clean over. So now that you standing up for yourself, that confuses them. They don't know how to take that at all. So then JJ goes on to ask Cliff, are you coming to the baby shower? And, Cliff kind of shrugs, and he go on to say and explain how when he met Selena that he didn't know that Selena was married. He said when he did find out, Selena pretty much told him that it was like a forced marriage because she had gotten pregnant. Because it had not been, if she got pregnant, her and JJ would not have been together. JJ said he ain't find out about none of that. And JJ asked him, he said, well, when you did find out that she was married, did you leave her alone? And they looking like, hell no. And it is so weird to me, which, men are kind of able to kind of move past certain things. But I just find it so weird that JJ and Cliff is real cool, which at the time they didn't know each other, so they weren't friends at the time. But they're cool, and then Latrice is cool with Selena. Like, y'all weird. But anyway, sometimes when you live in like smaller cities and stuff like that, it is what it is. Then we go on to see where Latrice go to the shop, and Josh is there. Latrice sat Josh down to kind of tell him what all Cliff had been said and kind of bring him up to speed. Josh said that Cliff was being very disrespectful and calling him out of his name. And he said he had never, been in a worse place, and he got really, really emotional. And he said at this point, I'm not secure in my friendship or my job. He was like, because I do know that pretty much what he says goes. And Latrice let him know that, this is my business. He has nothing to do with this, so he can't tell me what to do. I beg to differ because it does seem as though he kind of walk around there like the big bad wolf, and whatever he say do go. So So I don't know. And Latrice, pretty much she gets emotional. However, she is still defending Cliff. And you could tell that she's defending Cliff, but at the same time, it's like she's trying to be a friend at the same time. And to me, again, this is cringy to me, because why would you need to sit up there and have to pick or choose your friend or your husband? Because I feel as though your husband shouldn't put you in that place. But me, in my opinion, I don't think that Cliff cared for Josh, because I just feel that he doesn't care for Josh, because Josh is very vocal on how he feel, and he kind of point out certain things, and he feels as though Josh may be telling Latrice, look, you need to stand up to him. And I don't think he liked that. I don't think he want no one to be that close to Latrice, especially someone that's kind of gonna go against him and what he says and how he feel. So I think that is his biggest problem with Josh, is because he can kind of tell where Latrice is kind of influenced by Josh, because they're very, very close, and he don't like it. He's not gonna like nobody that he feel is gonna try to tell Latrice this ain't right. But anyways, Josh said from moving forward, just to keep all of this friction down, however, don't tell me nothing else about your marriage. And I agree. That's the best way to be, because it is a true fact. People on mad day, they go and they tell their family, their friends, and all of that. And then when mad day is over and they peaches and cream all again, you expect for everybody that you told about this man to go right back where it was. Well, no, a lot of times your loved ones, they're gonna still be stuck with that, what you said. So the best thing to do, if you know you're not over this man, you're not leaving this man, the best thing to do is keep your business to yourself, because it does cause tension and friction. And here we see it. That's what it is. Josh don't care to see his friend being done this way. And so he feels as though the best way not to be in the middle of this is just don't tell me nothing else about it. Period. And I don't blame him. So then we go on to see where So Gucci is having what she called a boot camp. It was named Stairway to So Gucci. So we see where Tambra arrives first. Then we do see where Letitia comes out there, and she arrived in this long sleeve jacket and pants, a whole yoga suit. And they kind of go back and forth. And Letitia was like, well, I thought this was yoga. I Googled everything that I needed to have for yoga class. And now you coming with this. And she was like, okay, I ain't here for this. And so they began. And of course, they did notice that some of the bells are missing. But then, of course, Latrice and Josh does show up. And at this point, it's like last season, I really, really liked So Gucci. I really liked her. I'm not gonna say that I don't care for her this season, but to me, I think this season she's given what needs to be given to hold her spot. So she's a little bit more messier this season, must I say, because we see where Josh and Latrice come, and So Gucci was like, well, y'all late. Y'all late, and y'all done got here late, and y'all ain't finna interrupt my boot camp. I mean, just was really putting on thick, like, okay, they late. You said that. Okay, they there. Like Latrice said, okay, I'm here though. you know, and Letitia says in her confessional that her lace glue is running and she hated him. Like, come on, let's get this over with, cause I ain't for this. So then we see where Marie arrives. So Gucci did not have that same energy she had. Now, mind you, Josh and Latrice arrived before Marie. And it was a big deal the day was late. But then when Marie got there, oh, it wasn't nothing said. Oh, you cute. She was greeted with open arms. But we all know why. Tamara then goes on to tell Marie, or ask Marie, should I say, why you didn't come to the tailgate? And Marie just let her know flat out, because you just be doing too much. And I like Marie. I like Marie because Marie is straightforward. To me, Marie is, if I don't care for you, I just ain't gonna deal with you. I ain't gonna, poke at you however it go, but at the same time, I'm just not gonna deal with you. And it all comes into play because then we see where, they kind of talking and Latrice walk up. And the minute Latrice walk up, she was like, okay, yeah, we'll discuss this when y'all get finished. And Marie was like, no, I'm not even gonna entertain her. So the best thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk off. And she noticed, she was like, every time I'm talking to somebody, she'll make her way to eavesdrop. So then Tambra pretty much asked Letitia the same thing. Why didn't you come? And Letitia said, for one, I didn't even get an invite. And she was like, I didn't even get an invite. She was like, well, I told So Gucci she was supposed to tell y'all. Okay, now if you want somebody to come to your event, why would you rely on somebody else to be the one to invite them to your event? Like, that is so weird. Like, that was so weird. And so Letitia said that pretty much you can't even come with that. Everybody booked and busy, but at the same time, everybody have a phone in their hand all day long that you could have sent a quick text. And I agree. If you really wanted them there, you could have texted them. At your big old age, and I'm pretty sure you have hosted plenty of events, that you cannot, it's not even right for you to sit up here and tell one person, now I'm telling you, now I expect for you to go and tell everybody else about it. No, I mean, if these are your friends, they want a personal invite. And for that, they didn't come. The end. I don't really care for Tambra. I don't care for Tambra. I'm on that same thing that Marie on. She do too much. To me, you seem fake. Somebody even said it, that ain't even really her voice. And I ain't feeling her. I wasn't feeling her last season, and I still ain't feeling her this season. So then we go on, and this is the day of the baby shower. And of course, Selena is hosting the baby shower. Latrice arrived, and pretty much Latrice said that her and Selena have been friends for years. She said actually that Selena and her girls were the first people to support her in her business. We then go on to see where Tambra arrives, and Tambra explains that she knows Selena because her and Selena actually appeared on a television show together. So they have been friends for quite some time. So then we see where So Gucci is, she got thirsty and she was like, do you have any bottled water? And pretty much she was like, nah, but we got some lemonade. Matter of fact, it'll coordinate with what you got on. Because of course, So Gucci had on a yellow little outfit. Shade, And so Gucci was like, oh, okay, well, it's about time you got something right. I guess So Gucci said, you won't one up me with that shade just because I could be just as shady as you. So Gucci also goes on to say, now if you gonna host a baby shower, you need to host a baby shower. Cause I wouldn't have had my child sitting up there in lawn chairs. When Dee had her baby shower, she had king and queen chairs. Meanwhile, you got your child out here in lawn chairs. She say ain't no food out. She say this is just so unorganized. So then they go on and we see everyone playing games, interacting, and pretty much So Gucci told Latrice, I didn't know you was invited. And Latrice was like, yes, I love Selena. You knew I was gonna be here. And Latrice said, it is, in her confessional, it ain't my fault. And why you mad? It ain't my fault that your husband still is in love with his ex-wife. She say, because my husband love me and only me. So maybe you need to rethink what you got going on to see what you missing out on. And so you could see where So Gucci they go off and they talk, and she let her know that me and you, we need to talk. I'm assuming about that building thing. How long they gonna talk about that, I don't know, because she got the building. However, that's overdone with and they still talking about it. But that's pretty much where it actually ends for the week. And overall, I love Belle Collective. I really like Belle Collective. It give a lot of times what it's supposed to give. Now I do have a couple of, but overall, it is actually a good show. I would have to rate this week's episode. I would give it a B plus. A B plus. It was pretty good. Um, but yeah, y'all, that was pretty much all I had with that. Now, go ahead and comment down below and let me know, did you enjoy this episode? Let me know how you feel about this whole Cliff thing, because Cliff is just not it for me. He ain't giving. I don't like it. I don't like to see a woman being little girled, because and to me it's so aggravating to hear her call him Zaddy. Please stop calling that man that, because that just boosting that and making this even worse. Stop calling that man Zaddy. He ain't your Zaddy, and he already acting like your daddy. So just let that go. Call him by his name, because at this point in how he treats you, he need to be called less than his name, because he has no respect for you or his marriage. I honestly believe, because of her age and the age difference, he do little girl her, and he treating her like that is his property. Like, y'all don't seem equally yoked to me. And I don't even know if this marriage is a marriage that's going to even work out, because eventually, being that she is a young woman, she's going to see this, and eventually she's going to want out. A dog gets tired. I'm just saying. But anyways, y'all, again, that was it, and that was all that I had. Comment down below if you have not liked the video already. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, love y'all. Have a good day.